A political firestorm is erupting at the very top of Keir Starmer's government. Explosive new claims have surfaced about the justice system, and one of his key cabinet allies is now facing mounting pressure to resign. What's been exposed has sparked outrage across the political spectrum. Stay tuned, you'll want to hear this. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Today, the pressure on Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has dramatically escalated, as his Attorney General Lord Hermer finds himself at the centre of a growing political firestorm. Calls for Hermer's resignation or for Starmer to sack him are intensifying after explosive claims surrounding his handling of key criminal cases have come to light. At the heart of the controversy are accusations that Lord Hermer declined to review what many are calling unduly lenient sentences handed down to a convicted rapist, a paedophile, and a terrorist fundraiser. Despite their serious offences, each of these individuals received lesser prison sentences than Lucy Connolly, a woman sentenced to 31 months in prison for a tweet about last year's Southport attacks, a tweet which was deleted just 4 hours after being posted. According to fresh reports first published by The Telegraph, the Attorney General's office had the opportunity to refer these lenient sentences to the Court of Appeal for review, but chose not to do so. Under the system in England and Wales, the Attorney General holds a constitutional power that allows them to review Crown Court sentences if they are deemed unduly lenient. This mechanism enables public requests for reconsideration and empowers the Attorney General to pass the case to the Court of Appeal, which then has the authority to either uphold the original sentence, increase it, or issue guidance for future cases. The power to intervene is an important safeguard designed to maintain public confidence in the justice system by ensuring that sentences accurately reflect the seriousness of the crimes committed. Yet in these instances, rape, child exploitation, and terrorism fundraising, Lord Hermer's office reportedly opted not to act. Compounding the outrage is the fact that while refusing to challenge these cases, Lord Hermer personally approved the controversial prosecution of Lucy Connolly. Although he did not set Connolly's sentence, that decision lay with the judge. His approval for the case to proceed is being heavily criticised, especially now that details of these other cases have emerged. Critics argue that Hermer's choices expose a deeply troubling inconsistency in how justice is being administered. His decision to greenlight the prosecution of Connolly, a case rooted in online speech, while declining to contest lenient sentences in cases involving violent and serious offences, has prompted accusations of political bias and failed judgment. This is not the only scandal swirling around Lord Hermer. He has already come under heavy criticism for a recent speech in which he compared calls for the United Kingdom to leave the European Convention on Human Rights, ECHR, to the rise of Nazism, a comparison that triggered widespread condemnation across political lines. Deputy Leader of Reform UK, Richard Tice, pulled no punches, stating, "Lord Hermer appears to think rape, paedophilia, and terrorism are less serious offences than a nasty offensive tweet that was deleted after 4 hours. Tice added bluntly, this would make him simply unfit to be Attorney General, and he should resign or be fired. The criticism has not been limited to Reform UK. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp also weighed in, condemning both Hermer and Starmer. Lord Hermer is clearly not suitable to serve as Attorney General. From acting as a cheerleader for the Chagos Islands giveaway to smearing his political opponents as Nazis, he has shown appalling judgment. If Starmer had even an ounce of principle, he would have already sacked Hermer, but we all know he won't lay a finger on his old friend, donor, and legal lodestar. Despite the rising backlash, Lord Hermer has so far retained his position. Meanwhile, the Attorney General's office has responded by defending the prosecutorial process, releasing a statement that reads, "Decisions to prosecute are, rightly, made independently of government by the Crown Prosecution Service. Decisions relating to conviction, sentencing, and sentencing length are made entirely independently of government by juries and judges." While the statement seeks to distance the government from day-to-day judicial decisions, it does not directly address the specific accusations about Hermer's selective use or non-use of his constitutional powers. For now, the political storm shows no signs of calming. The allegations have opened up new questions about fairness, judicial integrity, and political influence at the very heart of the Starmer government, and critics are demanding answers. In other news, state pensioners face new challenges in the years to come as thousands are at risk of being taxed on their retirement payments alone, new research has found. New HM Revenue and Customs (HMRC) figures reveal that 37.7 million people paid income tax in 2024/25, marking a significant increase of 6 million taxpayers compared to 31.5 million in 2019/20. The number of income taxpayers also rose by 1.4 million from the previous year. The surge is attributed to frozen income tax thresholds creating fiscal drag. This phenomenon pulls more people into taxation as wages and incomes rise, or inflation, whilst tax bands remain static. Additionally, there has been a notable increase in national insurance contributors, with 28.5 million people paying Class 1 national insurance in 2024/25, up from 26.6 million in 2022/23. The frozen thresholds mean a rising number of people are paying tax and paying more tax on a greater proportion of their income. Claire Stinton, the head of workplace saving analysis at Hargreaves Lansdown, described the phenomenon as fiscal drag in action, a stealth tax that quietly increases the tax burden across the board. Since 2021/22, the personal allowance has remained frozen at £12,570. If it had kept pace with inflation, it would be around £15,518 today. Instead, millions on modest incomes have been dragged into paying tax for the first time, Stinton said. The cost of living crisis hasn't gone away, and now lower earners must factor tax into their long list of essentials. With the freeze set to remain until 2028, the impact is only expected to deepen further. Pensioners face particular challenges from the frozen thresholds. Thanks to the triple lock, the state pension has jumped about 24% in 3 years, rising from £185.15 in 2022/23 to £230.35 per week in 2025/26. Under this payment rate increase metric, retirement benefits rise annually by either the rate of average wages, inflation, or 2.5%. While that boost is welcome, it brings a new challenge. If the state pension continues to rise at a similar pace, more retirees could soon find themselves crossing the personal allowance threshold and paying tax on their state pension alone, Stinton warned. The combination of rising state pension payments and static tax thresholds means pensioners who previously paid no income tax are increasingly likely to be pulled into the tax system purely through their state pension income. This isn't just about more people paying tax, it's also that people will be paying more tax on a larger portion of their income, Stinton added. Stinton emphasized the importance of proactive tax planning in response to these changes. Paying into your pension can help keep total taxable income below income tax thresholds, while at the same time boosting your retirement savings. A double win, she said. For those saving for retirement, long-term planning becomes crucial. If you're aiming for a retirement income that may exceed future tax thresholds, consider using ISAs alongside a pension, Stinton advised. She highlighted that income taken from an ISA is tax-free, which can be used alongside a pension to give you much needed flexibility in managing your tax bill. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.